Ni hao. Uh, my name is Mayu INO. First of all, thank you for Hualien Agriculture Research and Extension Station invited me to introduce about our work in Vietnam. First of all, I would like to introduce about the current situation in Vietnam. Vietnam is one of the most rich, culturally and naturally rich countries in the world. But as you know, Vietnam in the modern age, they all time they fight against someone. So it was a very hard time for people. And then they started building the country with Communist Party, and they applied planned economy. However, planned economy has not succeeded, and the economical situation was getting worse. Then, 1986, Vietnamese government implemented economic reform. It called Đổi mới. After that, Đổi mới means they applied market economy to Vietnam. So that's why people who have land, who have money, they can utilize those fund or assets, and they can develop their family economy. But not everyone could benefit from Đổi mới strategy, Đổi mới policy. And after Đổi mới, development economical situation in Vietnam dramatically improved. But of course, income gap have widened between rural area and the urban area. So this is our target area in the mountainous area. This is a photograph. I took picture last 2016. So now current situation. And this picture I took in Hanoi. Hanoi is the capital of Vietnam. So only 15 years ago, there was no big building like this. But now, everywhere in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, there are many thousands of big, tall buildings like this. So economy developed very quickly, but on the process of economic growth, there are some serious problems on agriculture and the rural area happen. The situation of agriculture in the rural area in Vietnam, commonly, now currently still 50%, over 50% of population still are farmers, and 70% of the population in Vietnam still living in the rural area, not in the city. So many people are working in agriculture sector. And most of farmers manage small-scale small-scale land, very small-scale piece of land, less than 0.5 hectares. And most of them just only have 0.1 or 0.2 hectares. And nearly 10 years, the serious problem happened due to excessive use of pesticide and the chemical fertilizer. And nearly 5 years, many people started using herbicide. So it's very harmful for the nature and the human health. And of course, natural resources were contaminated, and water resources also affected. And in the rural area, Vietnam has 54 ethnic groups, and most of them living in the rural area. And they have different cultures. But through the process of economic growth and the infrastructure due to government policy, the decline of traditional cultures, including languages, food, and the local varieties, nearly losing or disappeared already. Through TV programs, children learn Vietnamese language quickly, and they go to school, and the teachers teach in Vietnamese. So many children don't remember much about the local languages, their mother languages. So this is also serious problems, and most of the children don't wear traditional clothes anymore. They are like us, so they wear skirt or they wear jipan, they have jeans, and some other uh, same like us. So cultural aspect was we have to think about the effective influence to cultural aspect as well. So if Vietnamese people, especially people living in mountainous area, have to care about the protection of nature and the natural resources. And also because of climate change and locally, globally, we face now, and it affected very seriously to the people's life. So we think about the local varieties, and we have to think, we have to research about the local varieties, how they have good tolerance of drought or flood or soil pollution, for example. So and we talk with people in the mountains. Many people have a problem, health problem, and I asked many people why you have some problems like this, and they said they think, and they answered, maybe after using pesticide and herbicide, my health is not good. Okay, so do you want to continue this farming way? And they said no, but we need cash income. So how to keep balance between getting the income by doing farming and how to protect nature at the same time. This is very important but a difficult problem. So we always talk with people, ethnic minorities in the mountains area, and talk about which way and what kind of products or what kind of varieties will be helpful for you. Oh, sorry. And now I am going to introduce about our project site. We are working in Hoa Binh province. Here is Hanoi. Hanoi is the capital of Vietnam, and here is Ho Chi Minh City. Then we have two different project sites. One is Hoa Binh, another is Bien Tre province. Bien Tre province locates Mekong Delta, so totally different from Hoa Binh province. So I am today I'm introduced about Hoa Binh province. The Hua-Bin province locates around 130 kilometers far from Hanoi. It takes 3 hours drive from Hanoi, and we are working in Tan Nhat district here. From Hanoi, we go to here. This is a Nam Song commune, one of our target commune, and they are Muong ethnic minority. They traditionally plant paddy, water paddy like this, and they use sloping land for planting maize, some millet, beans, and some dry rice. Yeah, so, and this is a kind of common scene in the Nam Song commune. And they don't use machine to ploughing or planting seedlings. So they just human power and the cow or water buffalo. Yeah. In the evening, around the 5 o'clock, many children go to the field to collect wild leaves, wild grasses for their dinner. And many children small like this. She also followed her parents or grandparents to know which grass can be edible or not. So that's why every day they go with parents or grandparents. So maybe 7 years old, no, 5 years old, they know many different types of edible plants in the field or paddy field or in the field sloping land. And the Nam Song commune has very beautiful flowers, wildflowers or beautiful insects. This is orchid, and this is a kind of dragonfly. But I don't know, and the villagers also don't know the name of this insect, because maybe new species, but yeah, no scientist confirmed, so we don't know exactly name. And the Muong people use natural resources, especially from forest, very good, and they know how to use it. Do you know what is this? This is a kind of coffin. When people die, people in Roka, they were sleeping in this in this coffin. Yeah, and also their house, traditional long house, also made by wood. And this is wild plants collected from forest, and the young people try to dye. So these leaves make purple, yeah, make the t-shirts purple, and some other orange and black, and yeah, red as well, and the green as well. There are some 4 or 5 different colors. And usually, Muong people use these plants for dyeing sticky rice, beautiful sticky rice. And this is a medicinal plant. Yeah, medicinal plants. Usually, old women collect it from forest, and this is very, family secret. So someone come to this home, and yeah, I have a stomachache, or I have a headache, and then the old women can mix some kinds of those plants to make medicine. Yeah. And we cannot know where it is in the forest, because only old women knows, and this is secret. So her daughter or daughter-in-law can be told by their mother, but others cannot be. In this village, there are many beautiful food, and most of food stuff were produced in this area. So this is a fish sauce in Vietnamese, nước mắm, and here is salt over there. They cannot produce, so they have to buy those things from the market. But some other food stuff, they all were produced by villagers, even alcohol. This is one of local specialty. Do you know what it is? This is a kind of porridge. But for Taiwan, very common, but something different and something special. It's very difficult to see. Inside, there are dragonfly larvae with sour wild grass. So it's very special food for the people in the Namsong commune. They're very tasty and giving some protein for children. This is also traditional food. This is a kind of sausage, but the Muong people don't use inside, don't use meat, and they use blood. Yeah, blood with some local herbs. So it's the taste is very fresh and very tasty. And traditionally, they serve for guests by using banana leaf. Yeah. This one. And this is also a traditional tool for steaming rice. This is made by wood. Those are also not traditional varieties. This is how can I say in Taiwanese? Yeah, I mean people also have this one. Yeah, and this is onion, purple, very beautiful color. And this is a papaya. Yeah. So we are working here because in 2005, through national poverty reduction policy, government introduced some hybrid seeds from Sichuan in mainland China. And people here started planting those F1 seeds, and then they had a trouble. They lost all harvest at that year. So I'm wondering why they have to use new varieties. Why they don't use original traditional variety? And then I started studying about the seed program, and started a program for research about indigenous seeds, and help local people to restore traditional varieties. So her name is Tuong. She is a very great seed saver. in Namsong commune. She has different traditional seeds, and some rice varieties only she can save, and all people in this community come to here, come to ask her to provide this seed. Yeah, this is Mrs. Tuon's seeds. This is a part of. She has some other vegetable seeds more, but this is rice, traditional rice, and the peanuts, and some beans, and this is a kind of pumpkin and squash. Yeah. And also her farm has a very different types of varieties, local varieties. Like this is local varieties of maize, white maize, sticky maize. This is a traditional beans. This is millet. Millet also, no, there are 3-4 different kinds of millet. And first we provide training to people how to restore, how to choose good quality of seed. And women studied selected seeds, and they sow the seeds, and they manage the water. After nearly harvest these seeds, we organize exchange experience at the field, and then she harvest and dry and store in her home, and we help them 3 years and complete restoring indigenous seeds. And now, first of all, 3 years before, at the beginning of the project time, only 8 people joined this project. But after 3 years, the number of participants increased from 8 to 50. So now many people keep this seed, local variety, in their home. And we are working with young people and the children to explore and record the natural resources and ecosystems in this area. This is a kind of a research of water flow. Young people went to water resources, and through water flow, they walk by, and they found some problems or some contaminations, and they wrap up in on this paper and the presentation to other people, and they discuss about a solution or how to improve this situation. Then they propose to learn to want to learn about organic farming. And we also help young people to check their water resources, the contamination of pesticide. They are checking very quick test, but we are helping this kid for them to test whether contaminate or not. And also children work together to see the level of contamination of water. And also we collect some small creatures in the water to see about small creatures are very sensitive. If water is contaminated, the number of those creatures will be reduced. So that's why we regularly we work together with young people and the children to collect and check the number of small creatures in the water. And also we are collecting butterflies from the forest or from the field, and ask some plant protection station to give a scientific name, and divide into which family or that family. And also we are collecting some plants from the forest, and we have a we help young people to make information sheet of each plant to provide the information for villagers and tourist visitors as well. The 1 hour walk, we go to not like a really forest, but it's kind of in Japanese say satoyama. We're very close to the house. We walk around maybe 30-40 minutes, and we can find over 50 different types of plants. And the aged people, old people always criticize younger people because younger people don't know much about the forest, and they cannot collect many different types of plants. And older people, if older people go to the forest, they can find much more different types of plants. And then after research, we make some kind of this box, and we put those boxes in the community hall. And also we show some tools or dishes made by the plants getting from the forest. So we call very small, this one is very small, but we call nature and the living museum. And many visitors come, and they can explore. They can help them understand about the ecosystem or biodiversity in this area. So we are continuously working with young people to increase, this one, more the different types of insects and butterflies. And another project, another activity is organic farming. Many young people now, they use pesticide, herbicide, and they know already the harmful effect of those chemical agri products. So that's why they want to return to natural materials to make compost, to use this one, and plant paddy and maize, or some vegetables as well. And we also help people to apply organic farming to raise local chicken. This is a traditional variety. And this is also local pig, also traditional variety. We apply participatory guarantee system for providing organic certification to those area, to this area, those people. Also, this is organic egg, and this is also traditional red pomelo. Yeah. This is also grown in organic way, and we provided organic certification through PGS to those products already. And also young people or leaders of Namsong commune or some aged people understand about the meaning of our project, but not expanded much. So we sometimes co-organize with younger people, organize some events to improve awareness of local people. For example, this is a fashion show by using local leaves or nylon bags. This is garbage, they mean, yeah. But no, this is all made by themselves. We just support some little money, and the programs and preparation were done by young people. So it's very interesting. And in this commune, population is just a small 1,600 people. But if when this kind of event will be organized, over 800 people come to see. So gradually, many people understand about the environmental problem in local context. And another thing is providing some 50% of fund for construction, for building the toilet. Because Muong people, traditionally, they don't have inside toilet. They go to the stream, they go to the field, they go to the forest, and finish. No toilet. But before, the population was very little, so it was okay. But now, population grow, and many people living there. So sanitation program is gradually becoming seriously. So that's why this is also proposed by younger people. They want to improve the situation, but they don't have much money. So ask us to support this activity. Why we focus on a poor household first, but we don't fund 100% of fund, because sometimes if we provide all materials and the money to poor household, they use materials or money to another purpose. So we would like to we ask people who really want to have toilet, please registration. And community leaders also check the situation, and okay, all those people will be done. So then we provide materials and the fund for them to implement. And also we are promoting community-based ecotourism. We would like to introduce about nature and food culture and their culture to the tourists. So that's why food is very important. And this is also young people collected from the stream and the forest and their farm to serve for guests. This is also local small fish or small crabs caught in stream. This is also the local food stuff, and young people cook in traditional way and introduce to visitors. And then also we sometimes host Japanese group, Japanese high school students or Japanese university students. And young people, young Muong people, guide them to the forest and introduce some biodiversity here. Of course, they can only speak Vietnamese, but some other Vietnamese young people help translate into English. So many Japanese students are so impressed by the knowledge of young people in the Muong language, in the Muong ethnicity, because young people also have good experience and a good knowledge how to use natural resources in this area. And the younger people, and also younger people from Japan, they are same age, but they understand we don't know anything about forest, and we cannot survive here. Yeah. So after that, they started, exchange experience and more talk about their life, each other, talk each other. Yeah. So this is our work. And further direction, we would like to build capacity for younger people to manage community-based ecotourism in the future, because I cannot manage for them. Local people have to manage. So that's why we need to build capacity for younger people to manage and distribute profit from the tourism to the community development. So we have to give advice, or we help young people to build capacity. And cooperate with young people in the city. I am very happy to say that now many young people in the city in Vietnamese young people, they are interested in farming, especially organic farming, and they are interested in protecting nature or natural resources. So they want to cooperate with young people in the mountainous area. So we know both. So we connect both two groups and make an occasion to exchange experience. So this is very important in our work to connect people, or especially younger people in different area, and work together. Now, of course, we are promoting organic farming. Now, younger people started making organic farming producers group, and I am helping them to connect to the PGS. So in the future, there are many young people's producers group. And working with children also very important. We are working with some schools, private schools in Hanoi, and they would like to visit this area to learn about the diversity, or to learn about the knowledge of how to use natural resources. So we also introduce those groups, schools, to this area. Yeah, and some other things, funding to repair traditional Nyansang house for more comfortable to tourists. Those are directions, further directions in near future. We will work with younger people in Tanak district. Yeah, thank you very much.